Ciao Bella! Welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I am Christina and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. We have Nero with us today. Bello. Bello. We'll see how long he stays there. If he tries to attack me, or who knows what else. We'll see. Today we are going to do, I have this really interesting piece of paper that my daughter needed some things cut out. She's always making things. And I was watching a video that I was tagged in. It was from Sam at Memphis Makes, but it originated from the Spoonie Stitcher, and they will both be linked down below. And this is Fun Unpopular Opinions. So these are things that are not in any way meant to be aggressive or rude or anything else. I have not, and to my knowledge, no one else that has done this has done anything that's like political or, you know, earth-shattering. This is just things that I personally don't like or don't do, or that I actually do. Thought I was going to say it, didn't you? I didn't. So, this is just supposed to be fun. Lighthearted opinions. So yeah, I didn't know where he was going to go. See what happens. This makes me nervous. But especially when he's up there, because sometimes he pounces on my head. That's scary. What are you doing? Sorry, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's coming at me or not. Okay, well, we'll hope for the best. Anyway, so I have a couple of things written down, and then I have some people that I want to tag, but we'll see if they do the tag back, and we'll go from there. So, anyway, this is my version of Fun Unpopular Opinions. And if there's something that I say that you don't agree with, that's okay. One, I'm pretty used to it. And two, these are just things that I feel pretty strongly about. So, here we go. Cats make better pets than dogs. And for me, that has been the case. I've had dogs as pets, don't get me wrong. And I love dogs. I have several dogs that I had growing up, even that were my mom's dogs. My son had a dog. But they require so much care and attention. Cats don't. And not that I mind necessarily, but like, I feel bad if I can't give a dog as much attention as they want. So to me, cats are better. You know, but if you have time to snuggle and love your precious little puppy, then more power to you, right? I don't have the kind of time and energy it takes to devote to a dog. I just don't. So for me, cats are better. Coffee is better than tea on a daily basis. Now, I only drink 1 cup of coffee, usually, a day. And it's in the morning. And I just mean 1 mug of coffee. That's not necessarily 1 measured cup of coffee. But tea, has never been able to give me the amount of energy per ounce or whatever that coffee does. And 1 cup of coffee is equal to the caffeine that's in 6 sodas, like 6 Cokes or Pepsis or Dr. Peppers or whatever you want to call it, right? 1 cup of coffee has the amount of 6 sodas worth of caffeine. So I really need that to get me going in the morning. And if I don't have it, I am very, very sluggish. Now, I didn't always used to drink coffee. Growing up, it smelled disgusting. Anytime that I have been sick or pregnant, coffee makes me ill. So I can understand when people say they can't tolerate the smell of it or the taste of it. I don't like the taste of it without cream and sugar in it. My mom can drink it straight, just out of the pot, bitter. Nope. My mom also smokes, so her taste buds tend to be a little bit on the bitter side, which is interesting. But I prefer coffee over tea. Now, I like a cup of tea. I like it when it's cold outside. I like it throughout the day. Like, I may drink a cup of tea, just black tea with a little bit of milk and sugar in it throughout the day. The person that I share an office with has like a kettle for hot water, and she has tea and stuff there that we can both use. I tend not to touch it because she has like berry pouches mixed in with black tea pouches, so I don't really touch it, but I do have tea of my own that I can use, so forth and so on, right? But for me, coffee is better, especially first thing in the morning. Books are better than films. Yeah, books are better than films. I have a shirt that says, "Don't judge a book by its movie." And I understand that movies are adaptations of books, and it's never gonna be the same experience. I get that. But there are times that I don't want to see what the director's interpretation of a character would be. I like to have that infinite amount of possibilities in my brain. I like to be able to close my eyes and have my own picture of what that world looks like based on the descriptions that are given, and I create those pictures in my head. There's so much more nuance and so much more just imagination. Now, I'm not saying that movies aren't imaginative. I'm saying that books allow your imagination to go that much farther, however you want to say it, right? You can take it so many possibilities with a book that a movie just doesn't give you. I mean, a movie gives you a version of the story, and for some people that's enough. Not for me. It never has been. There's so many times that I've gotten so angry at the things that movies have left out. Important things that literally change the entire story. Like, you took out this crucial piece, but then you left in something that happened at the end, but that happened only because this happened and you took this out. What? Like, anyway, I also don't watch TV on a regular basis. I've told the story before, but I will tell it again. TV was my punishment growing up. For kids these days, it's really, really hard to understand. But when you only have one TV in the house, you only have 3-ish channels if the antenna is turned just right. And you don't like to watch what your parents are watching on TV. It's just not the things that you're interested in. It makes sense. I would much rather be in my room with my books and my music than sit on the couch with my parents and watch TV. Or even if they weren't home, like, I would go get home off the bus, do my chores, start dinner, and then I couldn't sit in my room with a book because then I would burn the food because I'd get lost in the book. But I would turn on the radio, or like get out a book and sit at the kitchen table and read while I was cooking. And then the minute my mom came home and we ate dinner and I did whatever else I was required to do, I left and I closed my door and I was in my own little world where nobody bothered me. I didn't have to talk to anybody. I could just lose myself in a book, lose myself in the music, and I loved it, right? So because I spent so much time in my room, when I would get in trouble, I would get punished out of my room because that was where I liked to be. And in my mom's mind, right, to truly be punished, you take away what they love to do. And if I love to read, if I love to be alone, she took that away from me. Was that a good thing, a bad thing? I don't know. I mean, I could still read for like school and whatever, you know, she didn't take away the written word entirely, but like the ability and the freedom to sit in my room and just devour, literally, like not physically eat, but like mentally devour text and like lose myself in the melody and the beats of the music, like just to be able to do that, right? She took that away as punishment. So now sitting and watching TV, even sometimes YouTube, like even though it's a phone, it's still really hard for me. So if I'm watching a YouTube video and I'm commenting and I make it all the way through your video, especially in one sitting, it might take me 4, 5, 6 sittings to finish a video. And it could be 15 minutes long. I just can't, you know. Now, I can go to the movies and watch a movie because that's a treat, you know. That was like, it wasn't home. But sitting on my own couch and watching TV is very hard for me. Okay, enough about that one. Gravy is gross. Gravy is gross. Gravy is gross. Specifically, most often, brown gravies of any sort. I don't like them on meatloaf, mashed potatoes, turkey, roast, any kind of like au jus kind of stuff. No, because it's usually greasy, slimy. It hurts my stomach like nobody's business. So like just eating it is gross, and then when it hits my stomach, it is no. It's no, I can't do it. That's not to say sauces are gross. Gravies usually for me. Every once in a while, I can do a white gravy, like a country white gravy. But even then, if it's too greasy or too oily or like anything, can't do it. So I do not like plates covered in gravy or sauces. I want my sauce on the side. I want it on the side, and I will dip it and try it, and if I don't like it, well, then I'll just eat the food as it is. Speaking about food, that's not on here, but food cannot touch if it's not meant to touch. If it's not meant to touch, I don't want it to touch. So I don't like plates where you have the mashed potatoes and then the turkey and then the vegetables and no. I'll have a little bit of this, I'll have a little bit of this, I'll have a little bit of this, and there's a clear separation between those things. If there's a separated plate, so much the better, you know, with like the little lines and the little wells. So much the better. Now if it's meant to touch, like, you know, certain kinds of pastas or with different ingredients in it with vegetables. You know, if you like have fettuccine Alfredo with broccoli and chicken, and like that's meant to be a thing, like a casserole. It's meant to be a thing. But if you just have separate things and then you put them all, and I know that it goes all together once it gets in your stomach and the acid and the digestion, and I know that, but no. No. Textures are a real thing. They're a real thing for me. If it touches, when I was little, I used to be so bad that even if, like, say you had, like, green beans or something from a can, right? If even the juice from the green beans touched my potatoes, I would not eat that potato because there was juice on it. I'm not that bad anymore, but oh man, I was when I was younger. I still will feel it in my brain and I will think it, but most likely I will eat that potato. Maybe. Okay. Another one is Michael Keaton was the best movie Batman. Movie Batman now, not TV show Batman. But Michael Keaton, to me, was the best movie Batman. Firefly is a fantastic show. Right? If you don't know what Firefly is, go check it out. This kind of goes with something I've already explained, but radio is better than TV. I kind of already explained why. I just can't get into TV as much as other people can. Let's see. Okay. Knowing basic world skills needs to be a course in school. So understanding, and I know they have separate courses, but like a how to be an adult course, right? You would think that should be a parent's job. And I'm not saying that parents shouldn't teach their kids these things, but some parents also don't know these things. I've seen it. I've seen it as a high school teacher. They don't know. Parents don't know. And they never learned it. So they don't know how to teach it to their kids. You know, how to understand when you need to change the oil in your car, how to understand how to balance your bank account, whether it's a checkbook or not. I mean, people don't really write checks anymore, but how to understand what happens to that money, right? You don't necessarily need a whole financial literacy course. It's important, but not absolutely necessary, but understanding those things, right? How to know what you're going to go for when you go shopping, how to, keep up with the things that you have in your house, especially as far as food is concerned, expiration dates, best by dates, all those kinds of things, right? That should be a course or multiple sets of courses. And if a kid doesn't want to go to college, right, they should be able to make that decision and find something else that they're interested in. I wish that more districts had, we had it was called Metro, and you could go to do barber school, beauty school, to do hair. But there was a difference between being a barber and being a beautician, right? There was car maintenance, so you could take mechanics, you could take child care, you could take the beginnings of being a nurse, so you would get your CNA certification. There were so many things that they offered that kids could start out once they finished that. They finished high school, they finished those courses, they had some sort of a certification, they could go and get a job. And that's okay, because we all need electricians, welders, plumbers, HVAC people. We need builders. We need those people with those different kinds of minds. So there should be those courses out there because the world takes all kinds of people. It takes all kinds of people to be able to function appropriately. I think that's actually everything on my list. Oh, no, there's one more. Thrillers versus horror movies. I can't do scary. Sometimes even some thrillers are too intense for me. I don't mind a good psychological thriller, but I cannot do the jump scares, the horror, I will see it for days. My imagination will not let that go. I will not be able to sleep. A psychological thriller that like gets my brain working out the puzzle, that's interesting to me. Still also sometimes very scary. But, and I don't necessarily mind blood or whatever, but like just, I don't like to be scared, pretty much. It is an intense emotion for me. I cannot do it. Never been able to do it, even from when I was very little. Yeah, it's bad. So that's just an unpopular opinion for me, and it is a trigger response for me. I will break down if I am scared. Like startled, jump scare kind of thing. I just mentally can't handle it. It can be as simple as a balloon popping. If it scares me hard enough, nope. That's it's just me. But like I said, this is supposed to be my thoughts and feelings on certain things. Nothing too like edgy or political or like, hardcore. But I hope that you've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed watching some of the videos. I did watch Sam's, obviously, because I was tagged and I was like, what in the world is this? I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I did watch that video, and I did watch the Spoonie Stitchers video to kind of understand what I was supposed to be doing. So I am going to tag, you're supposed to tag 10 people. I don't know if I have 10 people. But I will tag the Regretful Yarn Addict. I will tag She's Got Yarn Too. I will tag Crafty Moo Sarah. Tess Loves This Yarn. Yarn as a Second Language. Chatelaine Makes. Mama G Gear. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rita at Lena's Designs Rita, 8. Elise Rose Crochet, and Sabrina Melodus, that is 10. All right, this is my paper, guys, that I was working with, because I'm a little notes on it. But yeah, so that's it. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that it was fun and interesting for you. And if you disagree, put it in the comments below. I'd love to know how you feel about it, right? And again, it's fun. It's lighthearted. I'm not trying to say that my opinions are higher or better or what. They're just different. They're just different, and that's okay. It's just different. So if yours are different, that's cool, right? It's okay. That's how I am. And hopefully that helped you learn a little bit about me and some of the things that happen in my brain. And if you have any questions about why I think the way that I do, you can put those in the comments below as well. So until then, I will probably make one more video today, maybe. I don't know. I don't know when you'll see it, but I'll make another video at some point. And that's all for now. Be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!